Single family homes. I love single family homes. I realize that some of the cons include high entry point, especially over the last few years of the real estate market. The entry point for purchase prices are very high for single family homes. I get that, and also the fact that you've got one rent coming in, right? Well, it's higher risk if I've got 20 rents coming in and two people don't pay. That's a lower level of risk than if I have one rent coming in and they don't pay. But some of the pros of single family home ownership as a rental, right? You tend to get really good tenants, and they're one of the categories of tenants that I think is the lowest risk for defaulting or for requiring an eviction. You tend to get independent tenants, right? Our single family homes, most, if not all, of the leases required the tenants to be responsible and independent. They required them to take care of the lawn mowing and trimming, required them to take care of the snow removal and keeping the driveway and the sidewalks clear at their home. And the tenants didn't have an issue with it because when a person is looking to live in a single family home, right, they want to be independent. They tend to have that sort of mindset. They know that there are going to be certain responsibilities that are expected of them that wouldn't be expected in a large apartment complex. So you tend to get really good tenants. The other piece too is you tend to get tenants that stick around for a long time. So while I realize you're only getting one rent, you may not be making much money on a month over month basis, right? Because the rent versus what the mortgage is or what you paid for the property, your cash flow is not going to be as good typically. But I'm looking at this from a long play. I'm looking at this 20, 25 years from now. It's part of my, retirement. And I'm really pleased with it because over the course of that time, I've had, a few great tenants who stayed for years on end, who took great care of the property. I mean, I've had tenants ask for permission and we went through the proper channels, but they've changed out all kinds. They've installed ceiling fans. They've actually like literally made the property better. I've had tenants put up their own fences. They had professional fence companies install fences around the property and quite literally increase the value of the property in their time there. And a lot of the time what happens is you get great long-time tenants. They end up buying the property from you if you're interested in selling. So now you've collected the rent. They've been paying the mortgage and a bit more for X number of years. And now they're going to buy the home from you at its higher price because it's appreciated over time. So while I get that it might not be as sexy to own a single family because the higher risk with the one rent and the lower cash flow, boy, the pros are great. Your risk factors in a number of categories are significantly lower. I mean, I've had very few people come to me and tell me they had a negative experience in being a landlord of single family homes.